Okay, well, I wasn't gonna do a truck tour until I kind of got everything exactly the way I want it, which I'm getting there, but I'm not 100%. But people keep asking me, so fuck it, I'll just do one. Um, I made some truck tour videos of the Cascadia that I used to drive for Western. So you're gonna see, anybody who's watched those videos, you're gonna see a lot of the things are the same, or they're close, because I like the way I had everything set up. So I've tried to emulate that as much as I can in the ProStar. But this is the driver's seat right here. I'll just kind of start here and work my way back, right? Got my shift knob. That shift knob is, I used to have the 8-ball one. This is a little bit nicer than the 8-ball one, even though I like the style of the 8-ball. But they sell that at TA for about $15. I've heard rumors from other drivers that in this company, when you put your truck in the shop for something, that they'll actually take the steering knob off. I don't know. We're going to find out. Which, if they do take it off, because maybe it's against company policy or something like that, that's okay. I would just expect that because it is my property, I would like them to return it to me with all of its pieces. But if they do take it off because that's what they're supposed to do, I'm not going to flip shit about it. Right? Now, see, I have my satellite radio right there, which uses a suction mount, which is not rigid, but that's okay. Got that off of eBay. Because the mounts they usually come with have a sticky back, and I don't like that because I want something that I can easily move from truck to truck with no problem. I don't want to be peeling sticky back shit off of all my dashboards, leaving residue and having to deal with all that shit. So this one, I just bought that off of eBay or Amazon, one of the two, to where it's at, and I had to kind of rig the mount. I had to kind of take some plastic off the back and put a screw in it, and, because it's kind of cheap. It was an off-brand, but it does the job. That's my 5-inch Rand McNally. They've got the Easy Pass and the Pre-Pass up there. Now, looking forward, there's a couple things hanging off the front of the truck. Now, that I'm pretty sure is the antenna for the driver computer. Because I think it uses satellite and it uses cell phone signal. It bounces back and forth between the two. So I'm pretty sure that's the antenna right there for the driver computer. Now, that guy up there, it's not a camera, it's a sensor, and I believe it's, I think it is a camera, but it's not, it doesn't record the road. It watches, it's connected to this Bendix system right here. And the Bendix system has a sensor out front on the bumper, and then it has that thing up there. And if you don't know what the Bendix system is, it is a front sensor that, if you have the cruise control set, it slows the truck down. Like it'll have little, when the truck is on, it'll have little icons and shit like that right there. But it'll slow the truck down it'll speed match to whatever the truck in front of you is matched at. And shit like that. It'll regulate your speed, and it's basically an idiot-proof, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, fail-safe. Which at first I was really skeptical about it because I don't want something controlling my brakes. Because there's certain times where, certain weather conditions where it's very dangerous to slam on the brakes hard. So I don't want an automated system doing it. But as long as you have the cruise control off, which you would anyway in slippery conditions, then it's not a big deal. Which, I find it unnecessary because I actually pay attention to the fucking road when I'm driving, as I would hope most drivers do when they drive. So it's a good thing for drivers that are constantly fucking distracted. But then again, it seems kind of pointless to me. Like, you should expect your drivers to be paying attention to the road and not need a system like this that will slam on the brakes if you got the cruise control on. It also has a lane departure system. which means, you know, it can see the lines. It can also read the speed limit, and it'll let you know. It won't regulate your top speed, it won't slow you down, like, you know, it won't lower your top speed based on the speed limit, but it a lot of the time can tell, it can read the signs, which I think is what that is for, and it'll just let you, it'll go beep, you know, over speed limit or whatever, which is also kind of stupid in my opinion, because it'll catch exit signs and, you know, it'll catch other signs and it'll beep like, oh, it's 25 miles an hour. Like, yeah, that's for the ramp, dumbass. You know, so it is just a little annoying, you know, because also what's pissing me off about it is when I got the cruise control set and there's a car in front of me that's going faster, because it won't actually tell you the speed of the car in front of you, but it pisses me off because a car will be driving 65 in front of you, and then it'll go to exit, and even when it's over in the exit lane and it slows down to 50 miles an hour, the truck still thinks, this system still thinks that car is right in front of you, so it will, like, start applying the brakes hard because it thinks you're going to hit this fucking car that's not even in front of you. So it's not perfect, and that's annoying. So you can also override it by just putting your foot on the gas. But there, like, when I get into more congested areas, I just leave the fucking cruise off anyway. Fuck it, you know, I just not deal with it. So yeah, it's a little bit of an idiot proofing system. There's a speaker back on each side of the truck that makes a noise when you go over the line in the road, which, once again, if you're paying attention to the fucking road, is unnecessary. You know, like, yeah, I mean, I like to ride the right white line just because it gives me a safety cushion to my left and right, which is how a lot of drivers like to drive, but sometimes it'll make that fucking noise if it thinks you're too close or whatever, and I don't know, whatever. It's not that big of a pain in the ass. It's just, you know, it's like having a splinter in your hand. It's not too bad. But, anyways, you know, basic international ProStar interior. You can find other videos of this. It's the same as all the other ProStars. It's 2017, but not really anything has changed. I don't notice a difference between this and the 2013s. It's all the same fucking truck to me. This is the driver computer, runs off Windows. It's a lot different than the Qualcomm. Qualcomm is very easy to use. This is a bit more complicated, but it is kind of cool. It does all the same exact things Qualcomm does, but it actually does more things. So, I mean, in a way, it is kind of cool. You know, and the cup holders are real low, which kind of sucks in a truck with a dog, because down low is where the dog hair will go. So sometimes I'll get dog hair on my mug or my drink or whatever. Like up in the Cascadia, the cup holders are up here above the dog hair, but, you know, it's just shit you got to deal with when you're dealing with a dog. One of the major pet peeves, probably my biggest pet peeve about this truck, is these vents, right? You know, the Cascadia, they've got 2 vents here and then 2 vents right here, right? And I angle them away from me because I don't like the air blowing on me. I want to cool the truck, not my arms, right? And these, it's actually just about every direction you can angle them. You know, it blows air on your fucking arms when you're holding the steering wheel. Like, you know, you got your hands like this or like that, you know. And even if you close them, air comes out. They leak a lot of air when you close them all the way. And that's always been, it pisses me off about ProStars. They have these cheap, shitty vents. That's the worst part of the truck, in my opinion. But, like you know, it's a small thing. It's not that big of a deal, you know. But, you know, there's a gauge cluster and all that stuff. There's my phone mount. It's a ballistic, which is hard to find in stores, and it's special order because I special order ballistic cases for all of my phones. They custom make them for every type of phone, and to get a rigid case like this, you have to order it because it's custom molded for every type of case for every type of phone. So, you know, and it's about $35, but it's great. I love ballistic. I think OtterBoxes are pieces of shit. I think these protect my phone a lot better. But anyways, you know, keep my cigarettes down here. I keep my lighter in the side there. You know, one thing not as good as the Freightliner, the Mickey Mouse mirrors up front don't have as wide a vision, range of vision on the sides. They're not as much of a bubble mirror. They're not rectangular. They're square, you know. So you can't see as much, and I don't like that, but it is what it is. Also, a good thing about the Mickey Mouse mirrors on this truck are they actually hang over the corners of the truck. So I know where the corners of my truck are at all times. The Freightliner, they don't hang off the corner of the truck. They hang just like there's one way over there. I don't know if you could see it. See, they're about a foot up from the corner of the truck. So you kind of got to think your mirrors are the front of your truck is a foot or so in front of those mirrors. So I just like to have them there. They let me know where the corner of my truck is. You know, I'm in a tight spot. You know, and also, see, there's an overhang of about 8 to 10 inches on the side of the cab here. You know, which you don't have in the Freightliner. So the cab in the ProStar is not as wide. So when you're backing up, I used to in my Freightliner, I'd hang out the window when I'm trying to back in, right? But in these, you actually got to open the door like the square nose Pete's, like the old timers do, and you got to lean out and look back to see where you're going. But it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, the sleeping dog. The dog does not come with the truck. You have to bring your own dog. You have to supply your own dog. They don't provide dogs, and you have to pay to have the dog in the truck. But she wants to be the star of the show. So let me back up here. So this is where the radio sits. You can, on some trucks, have it on the dashboard in that little space right there, but typically in a ProStar they're going to be up here, which it's a little bit harder to see the screen from the driver's seat just because of the angle. But if you turn the contrast on the screen all the way down, you can actually see what channel you're on. You could see the stuff on the screen a little bit better than if you had it on the dashboard or something like that, right? Now it's got actually a lot of storage space. You know, like I don't even have storage spaces full. I keep the dog leashes and I keep, you know, backup packs of cigarettes and safety glasses and random shit in there. You know, antacids, vitamins, ibuprofen, spare lighter in case I drop my other one on the floor. You know, you're driving at night, you're hauling ass down the interstate, and you drop your lighter on the floor. You don't want to be digging around for that motherfucker, right? So I always keep another one somewhere where I can reach it. You know, I keep a pocket knife up there, spare packs of cigarettes, my safety glasses, stuff like that. So up here I got my hard hat. I keep my vest inside there. A little bit of Gorilla Tape. I save all my grocery bags and they become my trash bags, right? This is actually a holder it has a holder for paper towels, and I use blue shop towels to clean the floors. I use them to clean my windows and mirrors, so I could just grab them down off there. You could also keep paper in there if you need to. Keep my cleaners and microfiber towels. I keep my bread up here because there's nowhere else in this truck I can put my bread without it getting crushed and fucked up. So it's an odd space for it, but it's the best place there is. Then I have a big giant bag of dog chewies. If she's bored and she's restless and she doesn't know what to do with herself, I'll give her one of those fuckers and it'll keep her busy for a while and she chills out. So, and then there's a divider here. They actually I think they option this. These curtains are actually insulated. They're thicker than your standard, you know, single layer curtains. So it kind of works because these trucks have EPUs and not APUs. Right, and the APUs are not as strong as the APUs are, so these will work really good in the winter and they work good in the summer. They're thick and insulated, right? But I got my cleaners up there. Now this is all food right here. I'm trying to breeze through this video as fast as I can before I run out of memory. That's where I keep all my food. You know, it's good to use baskets to keep shit contained. You know, spoons. I got a pack of cigarettes in there for some reason. These badass dinners, which I can't find them at Walmart's up north that much, but they're like $2 a pop. They're perfect. You know, different snacks and stuff in there. So over here, I kind of ran out of room so I got snacks. I keep dog treats. That box is all dog shit. It's just all kinds of dog related stuff. I just keep it all in that box, and that's an empty basket. See, I haven't really gotten everything 100% yet. So I got my camera bag for my Nikon, the laptop, and a bunch of chips because I don't know where the fuck to put them without getting crushed. So on this side, you know, I got rain jacket and a couple winter things up there. Boxers and socks. That's all you need to see of that. Keep my jeans and my shorts here. Jeans here, shorts here. And they kind of just fit there. So this is all clothing. Now here you would think hey, why don't you just put your fridge in there? Because it doesn't fucking fit. Fridge is 15 inches wide. This is like 13 and a half. Trust me, I measured it, I tried, does not work. So that's, you know, there's a bar in there. Bought some hangers, hang my shirts. So that's that. Now here, eventually, if I do, one day, probably not in this truck, but if I lease a truck, I'll get an inverter put in, and I'll have a microwave sit right here because there's not a lot of space in here. But I also want to put my TV and my Xbox here. I just haven't figured it all out yet because the TV's supposed to go here, right? But like I said, nowhere to put a fridge, right? There's a company that sells underbunk fridges, but they're expensive, and I didn't want to fuck with it. So what I did, I got a ratchet strap. I don't know how well you can see that, but it goes, there's a little slot there, and it goes over, there's a slot on this side too, and it goes up and goes over the top. Now, very important, put 2 screws on this corner, and I put 2 screws on this corner, right? Because this strap will slide over that shoulder, the corner of each side, and this whole thing will fall down after vibration to drive it down the road. So you need to drive a screw or 2 in to keep that strap from sliding out, right? But it's sturdy. When I move it, the whole cabinet shakes. It's good to go. One of the best things about ProStars is the vent windows. Now you're taking a reset during the day. You know, I like to be able to let light in so that you can see in your sleeper. You can hang out in the sleeper, you can have some light. That's the shitty thing about a lot of Freightliners don't have those windows, right? But there's a radio control back here, so you can run the radio and change all the settings. Now this is how you run the EPU, which is the electric power unit, not an APU. Light settings and shit like that, basic bullshit. Let's see, same setup as my last truck. Dog food here with the flexible bowl. Always keeping waters down here, especially in the summertime. I go through a case a week, easy, real easy. You know, but there is a lot of space under the bed. You can't see, it's too dark, but there's space off to the left behind the cabinet on either side. Got my vacuum cleaner. If you're gonna have a dog in the truck, have a vacuum cleaner. And I've got dog food down there. That's where I keep all my dog food. 17 pounds of dog food at a time. Can't really hold any more than that. See, I don't really have time to really go into the specifics of the EPU, but I'll talk about it before I run out of time. The EPU is battery powered. There's actually extra batteries on the truck that assist the EPU, right? And it sits on the side of the truck and it runs the heat and AC with the engine off. And that little green light you see on the dashboard is the auto start. So when the battery gets low, it will actually start up and charge the batteries back up for the EPU and all the other accessories. Now, at night, it works like a fucking charm. I don't have to idle the truck, keeps my MPG average up, which is a big factor at a company like this. Western, they don't give too much of a fuck about your fuel mileage. This company does, and they keep close track of it. So you want to keep those idle times down. Problem is, you're taking a reset or you're parked during the day when the sun is out. That EPU cannot keep up when it's 90 or 95 degrees outside, even if you've got it on full blast. Now, if you close these curtains, it will cool the sleeper down, but it is not strong enough to cool down the entire cab when the sun is out. I actually ended up buying a reflective windshield cover to put behind the curtains that come all the way around, because the sunlight will make it so ridiculously hot in here. So that's the biggest problem with the EPU. I love it at night. I run it on its lowest setting at night because it works so goddamn good. But during the day, it struggles. Also, this is where I hang my trash bag because I can't find a better place for it. There's not a whole lot of room here. Like, this computer's kind of in the way. I'd like to have it come out closer, but then it would be in the way of the shifter. But I actually had to run a bungee cord around these armrests because these armrests would always fall down when I'm driving. So it kind of holds my trash bag and it kind of works out. And also, if you have any weights that you lift, keep them down there, because if you gotta slam on the brakes, that's the best place for them. They're not gonna hit anything. But I'm out of memory. I hope that was a decent enough tour.